I do look like a crazy person. I need to figure out a better way to say hello. My neighbors and mailman must think I'm insane, because they look up in the window and they see me talking to a phone. Hello, my YouTube friends. So I wanted to make this video because I've picked up a lot of tips during my 1 year of being makeup crazy. And I figured I'd save you some time and effort and share them with you. So let's get into this. First off, if you have trouble matching foundation to your skin, number one, try to match it between your forehead and your neck. You want these two areas to match. Now, the middle of my face is a little darker and a little more pigmented than my forehead and neck, and I had such an issue with my forehead being lighter and my neck not matching until I realized that I kept choosing the wrong shade. I kept choosing darker shades. Now, when it comes to foundation, I'd almost say a little lighter is almost better because you can always add color with bronzer or with a little bit of a darker powder or something. So I like starting off with a lighter base. Now, if you have trouble matching your skin to a certain foundation, my biggest tip for you is to mix foundations. I usually get one a little lighter or a little darker, and a lot of times like the undertones, like it can look a little too yellow, so you want to get a more neutral foundation with like some pink in it. I know, it's so hard to figure out, but it's gonna take, give yourself some time to figure out your foundation shade. It's gonna take some trial and error. Try to get matched. But to be honest, people matched me the wrong shade for the longest time, and I had to kind of figure out my own shade by myself. Also, it is so important to know your skin type and to know what formulation you need. Do some research. Foundation is such an important piece of makeup because you're putting it all over your skin, all over your precious face. Now, I'll spend a little less money on things like eyeshadows and eye makeup or lip products, but I like to know what I'm putting on my face is good for my skin and it's not gonna break me out, it's not gonna clog pores, it's not gonna make me too greasy, all those things. Okay, this is a great tip, people. Work in thin layers. When you're applying foundation and things like this, work in the thinnest layers possible and make sure you really blend it into the skin. This is something that celebrity makeup artists do. They work in thin layers and add more where it's needed. This will help your skin not look cakey, so you're not just putting foundation all over your face, only where you need it. Because especially like around here, around this area, you want to keep very thin layers and kind of let your skin's luminosity come through. Because this is the area that people are going to look at and focus in on most of the time. Celebrity makeup artists do this. They also take the time to blend products into the skin and blend any harsh edges. You don't want any like obvious edges with your makeup. You don't want to have a spot where you see your blush start or your bronzer start and end. You want to really make sure that you take your time and really buff out the edges and make it really seamless and blend it out a lot. And make sure to blend it out enough. Now, what I like doing after my bronzer or blush is just taking a clean powder brush that I keep on hand and just making sure the edges are seamless. And then if I need some more color, with my blush or something, I just apply more blush to the very center of where my blush is put. Adding color to just the center will help you give that a little bit more pop of color without looking super harsh. This tip I am getting from Lisa Eldridge. She is amazing. If you have not seen her YouTube videos, go check her out. She gave the most amazing tip in one of her videos recently, and it was to take your time doing your makeup, especially if you're getting ready for like a big event. Now, I know not everybody has the luxury of spending a lot of time on their makeup, especially if you're a mom or if you work every day, things like that. But for special occasions, try your best to give yourself, you know, however long it would take you to get ready, but do it. Give yourself some extra time. You know, putting on makeup can almost be some sort of like a really enjoyable ritual if you take the time to enjoy it. And it can be time just for you to kind of primp yourself and to make you feel good about yourself. And I really loved that tip because so many times you can get so stressed out because you're running late and you're just throwing makeup on. But especially for events, try to give yourself enough time and you'll enjoy the process a lot more. To bring dimension to any eyeshadow look, especially darker shadow looks, use a light cream shade. It can be a little shimmery or a matte shade, and place it right at the center of the lid. Make sure to blend out the edges, but I like to place it in the center and then towards the inner corner, just to give a little bit more dimension so your eyeshadow doesn't look like it's all one shade. And it also highlights your eyelid and makes your eyes pop more. It'll also make your eyeliner stand out a little more as well. So this is a tip that I have found to be very helpful. I find just like cooking, some people get so scared to try new things in the kitchen, and they're not, part of being a good cook is just taking chances and trying it out. You have to do a lot of trial and error to find new things you like. So when you're playing with makeup, try not to write off a look if it doesn't gel right away, or if you don't like the look of it right away. Keep going, especially if you do have time to experiment. Really take your time and don't give up on a makeup look just because if at first it doesn't work out. Go with it, put some eyeliner and mascara on, and then see how it looks. So many times people are like scared to try new things, and so by branching out there and trying new things, you can really find new things you like. How are you going to change your look or evolve your style if you're not trying new things? So don't be scared to play around with makeup. Don't be scared to try new things. Nobody's look looks good right off the bat. You have to start somewhere. And wherever you start's not going to be perfect, so cut yourself a break and just do your best to be creative and to try new things and to try out new tutorials that you see and things like that. Just try. That's all I'm asking. Don't be put off by super bright blushes, especially if you're pale. I used to be. I only thought that like I could wear light colored blushes, but the blush I have on my face right now is like this deeper purple shade. Yeah. So if you see a bright blush, don't be put off by it. What you're going to do is you're just going to pick up a little bit on your brush, dust the excess off on the back of your hand, and then just apply it and see how it looks. And a lot of bright blushes can actually make you look really awake and alive and fresh and natural, surprisingly. But you have to do it with a light hand. If you have trouble keeping your eyelashes curled, try waterproof mascara. This will keep your curl and hold it longer. I don't know why, it just does. If you struggle with cat eyes, just like I said before, don't be scared to try new things. The number one tip I can give you for practicing a cat eye is practice. Practice, practice, practice. Nobody gets perfect cat eye the first time. Trust me, I don't think anybody has ever in the history of makeup. So they're gonna look weird, they're gonna look wonky, but at the end of the night, if you just wanna practice on your no makeup self, practice cat eyes, see what shapes. So many people do different shapes of cat eyes. There's different kinds of cat eyes. There's ones that are kind of more straight across and out. There's ones that are curved up a little more. So just try them out and see which one looks the best on you. And it's gonna take some trial and error. It's gonna take a lot of practice. It took me probably 3 or 4 months of practicing cat eyes until I could do them without taking like 20 minutes and erasing and trying again and trying again. I can just kind of draw them on really easily now, and it's because I've practiced. If you have trouble keeping blush on your cheeks or just makeup on your face in general, try using a primer under your foundation. This will help your foundation go on so much smoother. I can't put foundation on my face without a primer now. Like, it just feels gross. I just can't do it. I have to use a primer because it goes on that much more evenly. And if you have acne scars or spots that makeup tends, or like a acne spot that makeup tends to wear off of fast, use a primer. It'll really help your makeup stay. Also, try out a setting spray. I know these are kind of expensive, but Urban Decay setting sprays is so worth the price. I've had mine for a couple months now and I haven't even used it all up. So just use like 4 to 6 sprays at the end of your makeup. I like layering mine. So after I put on my foundation, all my cream products on my face, foundation, concealer, whatever else, I spray the Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray, which is the oil-free one, or the oil control one. And then once I powder everything and put on my blush and bronzer and all those things, then I'll go in and set it with the Urban Decay All-Nighter setting spray. I have found that if I don't use these setting sprays, my makeup wears off so quickly and it looks like crap in about 3 or 4 hours. It just does. Like, that's how my face works. So also, if you're dry, setting sprays are a great way to rehydrate your face throughout the day. Since you can't apply moisturizer over makeup, use a setting spray like MAC Fix Plus or Urban Decay's Chill Makeup Setting Spray. These are hydrating sprays that you can spray on during the day. It can refresh your makeup and it'll moisturize your face without disturbing your makeup whatsoever. I hope you found some of these tips helpful. Let me know if you did. Comment down below. Ask me any questions if you have any makeup problems. I love solving problems. I love getting questions. So I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!